Today I fucked up by thinking my boss was flirting with me, she was not. So this happened like 2 days ago and I'm still dying inside lol. For context, I am 24, just started a new job last month. Things have been going well, everyone's cool, and my manager, F30s, is super friendly. Maybe a little too friendly? She laughs at my jokes, compliments my outfits, brings me snacks sometimes. I started thinking maybe she was low-key into me. So on Monday she comes by my desk and goes, "You always smell so nice, what cologne is that?" And I kind of flirted and said, "Well, I'm glad you noticed, it's called desperation." Immediately I realized what I said. She just blinked and went, "Okay then," and walked away. Later I got a Slack from her that just said, "Please be mindful of professional boundaries," and I swear I ascended out of my body. I've spent the past 48 hours rethinking every single interaction we've had. I might actually die of cringe. Too long did not read. Thought my boss was flirting, tried to flirt back with a dumb cologne joke, now I'm probably on an HR watch list. Personally, I just don't understand how your response is flirtatious. It just sounds weird and cringy to me. Maybe it just turned her off. I think you have the wrong read. I think she was flirting with you. She thought your response was you accusing her of being desperate. It offended her, and she decided to get prickly because of it. She sounds really unprofessional. She was flirting, but your game was so bad you killed the vibe. Probably not irrecoverable, just respond that you were a bit flustered and blurted out something daft. I have a feeling she thought you were calling her desperate. Calling yourself desperate isn't exactly NSFW. IDK bro, that doesn't sound like it's on UFR. I'm a woman and I think some of those things she did were a little flirtatious. I would not bring my employees snacks unless I asked everyone if they wanted some if I were picking up food anyway. I don't think I would compliment an outfit either unless it was in terms of, "This is what I like to see in the office" kind of thing. I definitely would not say you smell nice. Today I fucked up by seeing a plushy chef get his show cancelled. Today while scrolling TikTok I found out about how Nickelodeon cancelled a show called Tiny Chef. I had never heard of it previously, but I saw how it got cancelled by Nickelodeon and nothing else. Later, however, I begun getting official animations from the channel on YT Shorts that they've been making showing the Tiny Chef himself finding out about the cancellation and other videos of him being sad about the cancellation. I never thought seeing a fluffy Tiny Chef crying about his show getting cancelled would be a thing that would make me cry, but you somehow feel bad, so bad about it. IDKY, but my god, I'm wrecked. Hopefully they either raise enough money from the fundraiser they're doing or the fans petitioning for it to be uncancelled to Nickelodeon make it happen, because if not I don't think I can take seeing another vid of Sheffy being depressed. Too long did not read. I cried because I saw a video talking about the cancellation of a show I'd never watched and now I feel sad. It seems like this has caused a lot of people to recently discover him, as I did about a week or so ago. I have never been so invested in the life of a Tiny Chef before. Hopefully they get something to keep him going. How Nickelodeon dropped him, I have no idea. For reference, here's the link if you haven't seen it. The absolute genius of this animation is that they saw the cancellation coming, made this animation, stop motion takes time to make, and had it ready to devastate the internet the moment they were actually cancelled. This animation may well save them. Tiny Chef is so wholesome it breaks my heart to see him so sad. I hope his show gets saved. He seems to have raised enough to keep going online. Everything will be bloke, he is very loved. Don't worry, it's been saved. It's genuine, a well-made show, that deserves its praise. The only thing that has been saved has been its social media. It still needs our help. Please spread the word if you want to save this gem of a show. Man, seeing Tiny Chef cry over the cancellation broke my heart. Anyone else signing the petition to bring this adorable lil guy back to Nickelodeon? Today I fucked up by telling my boyfriend I'm unsatisfied in bed. Too long did not read. I fucked up by telling my boyfriend I'm not satisfied by how he treats me in bed. I 19F have been with my boyfriend 19M for nearly 3 years. We've been happy and I feel like our personalities are very compatible. He's basically my whole world and my best friend in one. I honestly couldn't love him anymore if I tried. We're basically the same person, different font. We're both pretty introverted. He likes Xbox and I like books. He likes football and I like netball. He likes savory food and I like sweet. We have things in common as well. We both like anime, running, going out with our friends and more. I really felt like he was my soulmate until pretty recently when I started feeling like I was pretty sexually unsatisfied. We have sex a couple of times a week. And I feel like it's always me initiating it. When we do have sex, there is very little foreplay and he finishes pretty fast. This seems to be enough to satisfy him and I go down on him about once a week. Just that, nothing for me, as well. He never fingers me and we never use any sort of toys. He was my first time, so I've never known anything different, but I'm beginning to feel like this might not be normal. I've never watched porn, so I don't have much outside knowledge, but his dick seems pretty skinny, which to be honest he has said a lot that he thinks it's skinny. That sounds so horrible of me, I know, but I honestly struggle to feel all that much when we have sex, but when I touch myself my G-spot is incredibly sensitive, so I think it's just not quite hitting it. I am an extremely horny person and could honestly have sex every day, and I love to be touched and to pleasure him, so I'm just feeling a little stuck because I don't want to lose him over something stupid. But when I told him that I don't feel that satisfied as he doesn't take that much time to pleasure me, he got really angry and wouldn't talk to me, understandably, but then didn't want to discuss it again. Sex has just been the same ever since. Don't know what to do. He needs to be open to this communication. Look, it's a hit to the ego to be told you aren't satisfying your partner, but if he wants to make you happy, then he needs to listen to you even if it hurts to hear. A good way to broach the subject could be using a compliment sandwich. You can start off by stating GA. You have no intention of leaving him AMDB, reminding him that you deeply love him and maybe tell him what you love output him. Then get into the hard discussion. Be open and honest and keep a soft tone. Finish by reiterating how much you love him. And thank him for taking the time to talk about this with you. No, it's not, understandably. Sex is a two-way street and both people should have a shot at getting satisfaction from it. And if you're giving him head and he's not reciprocating, not only is he selfish, but he's missing out on one of the best parts about sex. 4 posts in 1 hour. 3 of them compel users to go see the profile, horny young lady, and 1 is about investing $30K. Color me cynical, but I smell something fishy. When I told him that I don't feel that satisfied as he doesn't take that much time to pleasure me, he got really angry and wouldn't talk to me, understandably, but then didn't want to discuss it again. This is not understandable, this is him being immature and selfish. You did the right thing by honestly telling him how you feel and communicating that your needs aren't being met, and he immediately got angry and shut you down. That's not how someone who cares about you should react. You're sexually dissatisfied and your partner got mad when you expressed that. If this can't be communicated and fixed, then it's time to find a partner who's interested in your pleasure. Life is too short for bad sex. Really? Why is it understandable that he got angry and didn't talk to you after you shared your feelings with him? Is that what you want in a partner? Today I fucked up by donating blood with ulcerative colitis. Hello, I'm your not so typical chronically ill chick who doesn't think before she does stuff at the worst times. I have ulcerative colitis, among other fun party favors, and I literally had ulcers so bad that when I went in to have them cauterized, I woke up in quarantine because the specialist had never seen ulcers so bad without C. diff being involved. It thankfully had nothing to do with C. diff and I was started on IV infusions of powerful medication. So, after the first infusion, I start feeling better, good, right? Now, I work at a church. A good one that's pro-LGBT and actually has charities to help the community. One of our charities is a partnership with the Red Cross where we hold blood drives every 2 months. This charity project is one of my responsibilities. We normally have a pretty good turnout and the Red Cross says we're one of their best drives. But this time around, our numbers were low, and some of our regular donors got deferred for low hemoglobin. So, I decided that, since my insides aren't hemorrhaging anymore, I'll donate a pint to help out. So I go over and get hooked up and give my donation. I get off the table feeling okay and am immediately called over to the registration desk because the church volunteers need some supplies. So I head off to get them. Suddenly, I feel lightheaded and I'm floating sideways. Then I just remember waking up laughing at the realization I passed out. I'm on the floor, and my volunteers who are mostly in their 70s to 90s are crowded around me almost in tears. The Red Cross techs get me up on a table, give me a juice and crackers, and tell me to lie there and rest. The whole time I'm kinds laughing at how stupid I was. Long story short, I recovered, and one of our regular donors walked me back to my office to eat something. But poor Mrs. Jody and Mrs. June were really upset. They're the sweetest elderly ladies and they almost cried when it happened. And I felt like a total Dickosaurus Rex for scaring them. My mom chewed me out. My sibling who lives half the USA away chewed me out. My gastroenterologist read me the absolute riot act. In short, I am really dumb. But my blood saved a life in Bacon County. So somebody benefited. Too long did not read. Gave blood with a condition that causes blood loss and nearly scared 2 sweet elderly ladies half to death when I passed out and hit my head. I do badly when I donate blood, and this one time the nurse is yelling at me going, "Why do you do this if you know you're going to be so sick like this?" I just shrug and say, because in an hour I'll be fine. If someone else has to go an hour without the blood, they might not be. I would double check that you're even allowed to donate blood with your IV medication. I get IV immunosuppressants for Crohn's and I can't donate blood because of it. The blood is essentially tainted and would cause problems for someone. Glad your GI doc knows now. Remember, friends, good intention should never compromise personal health. But hey, kudos for trying to save a life even if your method was a little iron deficient. My wife once donated blood a few hours before we went to a wine tasting. Bad idea. I'm on the other end of the spectrum. My hemoglobin is so high. My doctor wants me donating on a regular schedule. I'm also a somewhat rare blood type, so the Red Cross loves me. You can donate blood on immunosuppressants? People with Crohn's disease and ulcerative colitis are not allowed to donate blood in Canada. It's not really a good idea to donate blood if you have biologic immunosuppressants coursing through your veins.